So, a little bit of the reasons why I started this business was looking at how, I saw successful agents interact with their clients. It was all they became that center of contact for about anything in their clients' lives, and they built that strong foundation that they could connect with clients long after handing over the keys. And that was the motivation behind Dizzle and why we're here to help you become more successful. And we think it all, we can help you with a couple easy steps, build that foundation to build your center of influence. So getting into it, why is your fear of influence important? Here are some stats. 92% of consumers trust recommendations from friends and family above all other forms of advertising. I think in today's day and age where, information is literally littered all over the internet, it's hard to know who to trust. Yelp, there's Angie's List, there's Google, but for a lot of consumers, it's very it's information overload. They need a real estate agent or someone who knows what they're doing to help them guide them through all the information out there. And in this day and age, it's all about building that trust. Without trust, it's might as well just go to Yelp and hire go to the internet. But as once you've established that level of trust, you establish a level where you can be successful with your clients for the long haul. Here's some other stats. 42% of buyers were referred to their realtor through a friend, neighbor, or relative. That's the type of business successful agents want to build, because you're not running around, God's creation trying to, chase buyer leads. You want to build that business where you can, have leads come to you. You can get more listings and ultimately become more successful. That's where Dizzle wants to. That's the type of business Dizzle wants to help you build, and that's the type of business I believe makes the most successful real estate agents. This is the one stat that really I struggle to comprehend, and I can't believe it's actually true. 86% of buyers would likely use the same real estate agents again or recommend them to others, but repeat business only accounts for 21%. A staggering fact about this quote is that the top reason buyer clients don't hire their real estate agent again is because their client forgets their agent's name. In a day and age where it's so easy to keep in contact with people, there's Facebook, everyone has a smartphone. There's ways to automate this now to where you can stay in front of your clients without becoming too invasive. And that's the key. You need to balance it, because you don't want it. The last thing you want to be that annoying real estate agent who's bugging your past clients all the time. There needs to be balance there, and you want to become the person that they can trust for everything. And that's going to make them want to refer more business to you, in turn make you more successful. So how do you become the center of influence? So growing up, I definitely learned one thing. The best real estate agents, they can talk, and they can talk really well. Conversation and dialogue is what equates to success in real estate. Conversing, learning about people, learning how you can help them, taking an interest in them are great ways to start conversation. Conversation builds that trust factor. You really want to establish a rapport with people. That's how you want to position yourself as a top real estate agent. And one of the ways you can do that is position yourself as a resource for the community and make sure people know. It's one thing to be like, hey, I'm just out there as a real estate agent. You got your brand everywhere in town, but why? Why should people call your brand? Leverage the fact of why you make people successful. Do you continually get people over asking price for their listing? That's a fact that people want to, associate with. Did you grow up in the community? That is something that I think a lot of people want to connect with. If you grew up there, it gives you a level of credibility that in a step over the competition to people that haven't grown up there. It says, hey, I know this better than anyone else. I mean, I lived here for my whole life. I am the go-to person for everything you need. I know everyone in the community. That builds trust with a lot of people, and you really want to leverage that fact if you have that. Otherwise, really nail down data-driven points on why you're a top real estate agent or why should people hire you. What are you going to do for them that another real estate agent couldn't do? What's your unique niche that you have over the competition? Really focus on that. And ultimately, the whole purpose, in real estate, you're dealing with people, it's their largest transaction in their life for most of the time. They want to trust you. They need someone to walk you through it. You don't want to be pushy. You want to become someone who they can trust and lean on and talk to, become that listener, become that person who can, help people get through sticky situations. We did some research, and I mean, the data shows that almost 70% of Americans do not trust real estate agents. That cannot happen. If you want to be a top agent, you have to be trusted. And, you do that by, creating that rapport with people, creating that dialogue, getting out there and making sure people know that you're there for all of their needs, not just a home sale. You want to prove your expertise, leverage your background. If you have a marketing background, show to your clients that, look, I worked at XYZ corporation and I helped launch this campaign. Like, these are the types of metrics that we're going to apply to selling your home. These are some of the techniques I learned. How savvy are you with social media? How savvy are you with marketing? Do you track your marketing? The more analytical you become about how you're selling marketing homes, meeting with clients, the more successful you're going to be, because you'll have, the data to back it. In today's day and age, you really need to, apply data to every aspect of your business. And that's what's going to be, make people more successful. Hold on. Real estate agents need to must show and lead by example to, show what they're know what they're talking about. It's one thing just be like, hey, I can sell this house. But I think, to stand out, no audio. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Sorry. So how do you show how do you show the consumer market that you know what you're talking about? How do you show your clients that you know what you're talking about? It all starts with, show your past successes, show how you, create a case study on how you helped a client in a sticky situation, and got their house sold. Anything that can help you stand out, and any kind of examples or testimonials that you have to show potential clients, that's going to build tremendous amount of trust. Anything that you can do along those lines is going to help, make you more successful. What I've learned from some of the real estate coaches I've talked to is that trust builds trust. If people see that friends and family trust you, they're more likely to trust you themselves. Just because you sold a client a home, leverage that point as a way to, grow into their sphere of influence, reach out to their connections and be like, hey, I just sold your friend a house. If you ever need any information, if you're ever interested in what's going on with the local real estate market, let me know. All you need is like 10 clients, past clients, where you can reach back out to, and you leverage their networks as a talking point to build conversation and start building rapport. Social media is an incredibly powerful tool to stay top of mind, but it has to be used right. 85% of consumers believe companies should be active on social media. Real estate agents, it's all about keeping that rapport going. You don't want to be posting spammy things on social media. You want to post compelling content, things that people can, relate to. For example, a case study with a past client would be an excellent thing to post up there. How I got their house sold when no one else could. Those are the types of content people want to see, and that's why someone would want to hire you. Connecting with your clients on social media and actively engaging them with tweets, Facebook posts is a great way to build likeness, a psychological tenet that will encourage other like-minded home buyers to go to your brand for their real estate needs. You know, for example, what I'm trying to say here is, if you sell a house to a person or a client, take a picture with them, congratulating them in front of their house, or saying how you got, how you help relocate them and how you help get their kids in the top schools. I know from experience, that was one of my mom's best selling points was we went to a great high school. She was able to help her clients get introduced to the principal at the latest high school and help get their kids in. That's the type of, that's the type of going over and above and beyond for your clients that they'll really appreciate long after handing over the keys. And that's what we're trying to help you here at Dizzle. You want to be liked. You don't want to be that obnoxious real estate agent who's just kind of barking at you all the time. Create that connection that's deeper, and then that will help, make your business more successful. So, here's a client of ours, Group Hotel, and we've recently signed them up, and I was blown away by the level of, commitment they had to their past clients. They're the number one Keller Williams team in the Midwest United States. They do $70 million a year in volume, and basically, and their entire business is referrals. And I, that's the type of business you want. You want a referral-based business, people coming to you by creating a great network where people just refer you because they know you're the best. In whatever niche you're in whatever city, become that center of influence. In Group Odell, that's what they've done. And they have a team of 15 now, but basically they have the same principles. Create that vendor network, that client network that people want to engage with. And this is a perfect example of something you can do and post on social media. If you post pictures that people can relate to, you're going to get people are going to want to engage with that content. That is content that, is gold and is something, that can help you stand apart from the rest. So at Dizzle, we're all about building your sphere of influence as a stepping stone with local businesses. It's a way that you can each work together that benefits the both of you. As a real estate agent, it's very beneficial that, the more successful you are, also parlays in how great your vendor network is and how quickly you can get the job done when it comes to, sorry. What I'm trying to say is that, if I'm new to the area and I hire you as my agent and I buy a house, I need to know what to get done to either buy or sell this house. Again, I need to fix it up. The strength of your vendor network parlays into how much success you'll have. We worked with a real estate coach out of Kansas City, Brian Eisenhower, and he had some great tips. Partner with a vendor to create a seminar or workshop. Group Odell, again, if there's a sticky point, like how to remodel, you can partner up with all these home improvement vendors. They'll be more than willing to sit down with you and get access to your clients and give a presentation on how to know if I'm going to remodel my kitchen, how do I know I get a good deal? What should I look for when I'm hiring a contractor? These are the types of things you can partner with your vendors, and they'll be more than happy, and you can easily get a crowd to show up and use social media and then post engaging content like this. And you'll create not only rapport with your clients, but also with these vendors who will also be more prone to refer you business with their clients. You're leveraging your existing business relationships to grow your business, which is where you want to be. So at Dizzle, what we've seen and what we've learned is, and how I started this was, it all starts with a vendor list. Once you get that initial base of clients, initial sphere of influence that's referring you business, then you can build upon that. But as a starting point, what we've seen, and the easiest way to start building that sphere is by building a trusted vendor list that you can easily share with your clients. And it also positions you as someone who's well networked, and it looks good for your clients. Just to give you an idea of some numbers, almost $35,000 is generated in economic activity on the sale of a home on each sale of a home in California. That's your consumers are going to be spending a lot of money here during this process, and it's imperative that you have the expertise or wherewithal to point them in the right direction, whether it be a mortgage, title, a painter. That's the part of a value of a real estate agent in this day and age. Consumers are getting very savvy. They can go to the Zillows and the portals of the world and find a home. But what happens when they buy that home and a house doesn't come with a manual? They're going to rely on you, the agent, to point them in the right direction. And at Dizzle, what we want to do is help agents transition from that transaction-based agent to that home ownership expert. Positioning you as someone who, your clients can trust for everything. And as a starting point, it starts with the home, because that's what you're a real estate professional, and that's what we're trying to help you become better at. Giving a list of people to your client, giving a list of vendors to your clients that you recommend is extremely powerful. It goes to show that you've created that trust, that bond with that vendor, and it holds them to a higher level of expectations. It's up to you as the agent to make sure that those vendors are staying on top of it. So when you're referring them, you feel comfortable referring them, but it's important that you curate that list and make sure it's good, from deal to deal, because the last thing you want is a bad experience with a vendor, and that's not good for anyone involved. As the vendors become trusted contacts and form their own relationships with clients, you'll be able to leverage that network as well, and generally get business from those businesses as well. That's the goal of this whole program is, create vendors that can refer business back to each other. And it's time and time again that's just good business. And there's so many people out there building small business networks that I see and finding tremendous success with it. A real estate agent, the best real estate agents are the ones that can connect people, the connectors. That's what they really are. That's what you really do, and when you excel at your business. So here's just an idea of what our product is. It's a mobile app branded to you, the agent, that allows you to put in your trusted vendors in your categories. And you can put whatever category under the sun you feel, from the dog walkers to the hairstylist to the handyman and mortgage lender. Give your clients an easy list of something that they can easily use and which you can track. Part of the value proposition at Dizzle is to give you insights into your business that you've never seen before. And that's what we're really excited about. And I think it will allow you to hold your clients, your vendors, to a higher level of accountability if you can show them how many leads you sent them or how you built that. How are people interacting with them? That's where we're trying to go. So, the one thing I want to point out, looking at Group Odell, looking at top agents here in San Diego and in Florida, there's one thing I've seen that remains constant. Agents that have a great vendor list are generally very successful, and agents that do not are not very successful. So, success in real estate is often very binary. There's a big gap between the ones who are extremely successful and the ones that are not. And I believe, the one common recurring theme we see is, building a great vendor list gets you in the mindset of building a vendor network or enhancing your sphere of influence. So this is just the first thing you can do to start building your center of your sphere. And it starts with building a great vendor list, just because it's something any agent can do. Any agent can go out and reach out to top vendors in the area and be like, hey, look, I love what you did with, that house, or I love that kitchen remodel you did. Would you mind if I put you on my preferred vendor list? I pretty much guarantee no vendor is going to say, oh, no, I don't want to be on your list. They're going to be thrilled. And that's the type of interaction, that's a dialogue starter to help you get out there and building that sphere. I point at Group Odell just because they have the most impressive vendor list I've ever seen. And to be a number one Keller Williams team in the Midwest, I encourage you to download their app. You can type in Group Odell in the App Store, and you can see the time and effort they've put into their list throughout their business. And it's clear, if they're putting that much effort into it, it must work. And that's what we continue to see. So that's pretty much my spiel. I want to leave a lot of the time for questions and see how I can help you, like any of your personal, like specific questions I can help you with as part of Bruce, Keith, and I's plan. All of Bruce Keith's clients and in this webinar we receive 10% off all Dizzle products, and it's just you get your own app. We white label it to you, and the code is Bruce with down here, capital BRUCE, for a limited time. And I just want to, I'll come back to this, but I want to show you, this is also what I'll be sending to you. So we also have some scripts to help you get out there and build your vendor list. And I will email this to everyone. And these are pretty much just plug and play scripts. This one is to initiate vendor referral partnership. These are just proven scripts to use that you can just copy and paste. It's really easy, and see how they go. Of course, you can tailor them maybe to your specific needs, but these are just a starting point. And I will send all of these to you. And just to give you a walkthrough of what I mean by tracking your vendor referral, your vendor partnerships, this is our Dizzle dashboard that we have recently just launched, and gives you insight into your business that you may have never seen before. And what I mean is, you can see how many apps, how many calls were placed, what businesses were called, and this can help you keep your vendors accountable as well. That way you'll know when they got a call, and you can follow up with them and see how that experience was. The entire product is editable through this portal as well as on the mobile device. Just to give you an idea. And then the vendors. So if anyone has any questions, please just type into the, here, I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions. So Joanne just asked, if you don't have vendors right now, what are the best practices, recommendations to choose when you haven't used them before? Do some research, look up their Yelp score. Do they carry E&O insurance? Do they have any pending lawsuits? Are they licensed? Those are some of the best things you can do to kind of vet vendors. It's all about, as a realtor, you want to go through that vetting process, that takes the time to build that list. That's part of the value proposition you can give to your clients. Look, I've vetted these vendors. These are the top guys in the area, and these are the people you want to work with. What are your thoughts on charging vendors to be on the preferred vendor list? From Jane. We actually do have some clients that do it. I would, it's up to you. We don't get involved with that, but clients do that, and it's up to, you definitely want to monitor it, but you can do it. But you want to make sure if they screw up or they do a bad job, that you write in the contract that you can take them out within one mess up. Joanne asked again, does it have a review process where you can review the vendor, or does it connect with Yelp? We currently don't have a review process, but we are working on one to give you as the agent insight into it and to know how each vendor is reviewed by your clients. So yes, that will be coming. The cost, it's $30 a month or $330 a year, and with the Bruce keyword, you'll get 10% off. And with all of our products, you get a 30-day free trial. So you get to try all of this. Corey asked, can you tell who has downloaded the app? You currently do not know, because we're all about creating a great user experience. Your clients already have a million different things they log into. It's gonna make the user experience not as clean if they have to log into your app to get access to it. That's why we don't have that functionality yet. It'll be coming, but we want to make sure we get it right before we implement that. I'm going to post to you Group Odell's. Michelle asks, where do I download the Group Odell app? I just sent everyone the links where they can check. Are there any more questions? Just so you know, I'll be sending you this PowerPoint for your review, and as well as the scripts that you can use to use in your business. If you'd like to sign up for Dizzle, you just go to dizzle.com and click Get Dizzle, and then we'll walk you through and set you up with our customer success manager, Kevin Hopp, and he will help you start building a vendor list and get out there and become more successful. Jane asks, did you say there's a way for us to be in the admin app and see how many people are contacting vendors through the app? Yes, there is right here on the dashboard. So here, this is where you'll be able to track it. You have an activity feed and you have graph, and you can just literally scroll your mouse over and see and be able to contact those people. Francis asks if a recording of the webinar will be able to, of this webinar. Yes, there will be a recording of it that I will send out in a YouTube version of the webinar. Corey asks, is there social media assistance? We don't offer any social media assistance. We can point you in the right direction to some preferred partners that do that, and we can then do that. If that answers your question. I'm going to go ahead and plug in a demo of the Group Odell app that you can all see and get an idea. So just to go through Group Odell's app, you can get an idea. This is something you could have it yourself and for your business. This is why her app stands out. Their app stands out from the rest. It's just the detail in here is what makes them successful. They personally know all these vendors. They've spent the time building this list, and every vendor in here has a personal note about them. That gives you an idea of kind of our product and how we can help you. All of these vendors that have been added in this app are also notified that they've been added. They're generally very excited that they've been added, and we do that automatically for you. If you're worried about how much time it's going to take you to build a vendor list, we make it very easy to do so. You can add these vendors straight from your phone book. This is our backend application where you can just copy from your own contact book. You can send custom push notifications to everyone that has downloaded your app. Very effective way to get the word out, as well as text your entire phone book that you have an app. Very effective way to get that initial download base. Are there any questions about the app itself or about our program? Please let me know. Well, I'll stay around for a couple more minutes. If you have any questions, I'm here and tell you a little bit more about my experience or how I can help you. This is just mortgage is always a popular one. Does she have one in here? Title. But these are all the categories that you can reach out to and try and build relationships with. We have a 10 top categories to start with that are some of the more popular ones to help you get out there and build your list. All right, everyone. Well, I think that's it on the questions. I will follow up with an email with a recording of this webinar and all the slides and PDFs of the scripts that you can use for your own business. Thanks a lot for coming. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.